What's up guys, it's Sam with Fabspeed Motorsport. Today we're going to be installing the Valvetronic exhaust on this 992 turbo. Alright, the tools you're going to use for the install are a 6mm Allen, 13mm socket, an E12, an O2 wrench, a pick, a T27, a 10mm, and then a 10mm wrench and 13mm wrench. You're also going to use some anti-seize on the O2 sensors. So the first step is to remove the O2 sensors. So you're going to use a 22mm O2 sensor wrench. And just let it hang. So now we're going to hit the other side. All right, so next we're going to hit the V-bands with a 6mm Allen. These have really nice stops there, so you can leave it like that. Next, we're going to take the E12 and get these cap brackets. Next, we're going to get these 13mm. Still a little loose. All right, so next, you're going to slide these seals out on both sides. And then you're going to rotate the cat down. So next, with the cats rotated out of the way, you're going to get the actual electrical connectors for the valves. All right, so a pick might actually make this easier because there's a little safety tab. There you go. And then after that tab's out of the way, just a regular squeeze and pull. There we go. So now with everything disconnected, you're gonna hit these band straps. 6mm Allen. And you're just gonna loosen those until they actually come out of their holder. There you go. To make room for the new system, you're gonna get rid of these guys. All right, so we're gonna take a T27 and remove the stock valve bodies. Oh, one thing. There's springs under here too, so be careful. And then just put these up or zip tie them back to the system so you don't lose them. All right, so now with the valve bodies off, we're gonna actually put them on the new system. It's key to make sure that it actually gets lined up with this rod here. So now you're gonna put the 10mm nuts on that are supplied in the kit. You're gonna wanna make sure that you finish these by hand just so you don't over torque it. So now that we have the stock valve body swapped over to the exhaust, we're gonna go ahead and put these two brackets up here. They just slip behind there like that. So you're gonna have the tips facing up when you go in, and you're gonna rotate it as it goes in. And then also you're gonna watch for those brackets you just installed to line the studs up with the holes in the bracket of the exhaust. All right, just finger tight for now. All right, next we're gonna install the OEM seals back on. Making sure that the bolts are facing down. It's a big help, you know, when you're doing things. And then you're gonna rotate these guys back up here. So now you're gonna slide this seal until the dimple on both sides. All right, next you wanna snug these up. On both sides. Next, we're just gonna finger tighten these E12s into these cat brackets. So now we have to make sure that the tips are centered inside the bumper. Oh, yeah. So next we're gonna tighten up these 13s completely. With those seals tightened, now we can go to the V-bands with the 6mm again. I think she's actually smoking. With the 13, we're going to tighten up the exhaust bracket. Next up, final tighten with the E12 on the cat brackets. Make sure that the wrench is loud as possible. All right, now you're going to plug in the valves finally. And then make sure that you get this gray tab down. Okay. So next, we're gonna put anti-seize on the O2s, just on the threads. A little bit, that will do you. Because you're gonna screw this on, you're gonna actually twist this back a couple turns, just so that when it's tight, it's actually not twisted anymore. All right, and then you're just gonna tighten the O2s until they're snug. All right, so after you get those O2 sensors tightened up, you might have to run the car for a couple minutes and then cycle the key, and then you can use your PSE button and get both the loud exhaust and the quiet exhaust. And that concludes the install for the 992 Turbo Valvetronic system.